Okay, Mr. Patterson back with week 3 problem set for the Sigma group. We're going to go through the first video here with 1 through 6, and then we'll go through 7 through 12 in the second video. First, looking at 1, we want to know which of the following is the smallest positive integer that when divided by 4, 6, and 8 leaves a remainder of 2, but is perfectly divisible by 37. First thing you do is you look at the 37, because there's a chance that some of these might not be divisible by 37. That's the easiest thing to work through. And in fact, A and E are not divisible by 37. So A and E are out automatically. And then we look to see, okay, which one might be a little bit easier to work with. Well, the D is the smallest one, and since it wants to know which one is the smallest positive integer, let's start with D, 74. 74 is, everyone knows, is divisible by 37. It's 37 divided times 2 is 74. So then we start to look at, okay, well, how does 4 go into 74? Now, if you know your fractions pretty well, you could do this in the calculator, but for the purposes of practice and showing you, I'll show it like this, where we do the long division. So we do 4 into 74, and that goes in 8 up there, giving us a remainder of 2. So 4 does go into 74 with a remainder of 2, so let's check 6. Let's see, we got a 1 there. Bring everything down, we got 14. 6 into 14 is 2, which is 12. And subtract, and we get a remainder of 2 there as well. And finally, we'll check 8. 8 into 74, 9 times, and that's 72. Subtract that, and we get a remainder of 2 there as well. So in fact, D is our answer there. Okay, but even if we couldn't get to that answer, we were able to cross out A and E pretty easily without even understanding how remainders work or anything like that. In the second one, we're talking about a positive integer n divided by 5. We have a remainder of 3. So what's the easiest example to look at there? Well, 8 would be the easiest one. And it says there, which of the numbers below yields a remainder of 0 when divided by 5? So we go through, if we look at n plus 3, that's 11. That is not divisible by 5. So the next one we have is n plus 2. Well, that would be 10, and 10 is divisible by 5. So our answer for 2 is going to be B. On to 3. In 3, it says if an integer n is divisible by 3, 5, and 12, what is the next largest integer divisible by all of these numbers? Well, the smallest LCM, least common multiple, of 3, 5, and 12 is 60. Okay? So, and if you're not sure where that came from, well, 3 and 5 has the least common multiple of 15. You can probably figure that out pretty easily by writing them out. And then we're looking at 15 and 12, and you just list them out until you find one they have in common. So 15 is 30, 45, and 60. 12 goes 12, 24, 36, 48, and then 60. Well, if it takes 60 to get them to be the same once, then it's going to take another 60 to get them to be the same again. So the answer is n plus 60, which in our example is going to be 120. Because again, that's the least common multiple of them. On to 4. In number 4, we're talking about comparing A, B, and C. So we have A to B to C. And it says the ratios are 3 to 5 to 2. So what we're trying to do here is now, okay, we're now going to up the ratios. We're going to multiply everything by 4. Because it says in our cleaning solution we have 12 ounces of A. So 3 times 4 gave us 12, so 5 times 4 is going to give us 20 here. And then 2 times 4 gives us 8. So if we look at these are all of our ounces, so what we have to do is add them together, and we get 40 ounces total, which is D. On to number 5. We're looking at the t-shirt that's on sale. Doesn't really matter how much the t-shirt costs. It says it costs X dollars, so let's go ahead and say X is 20. Nice, easy number to work with. It's 20% off. Well, if it's 20% off, then that means it's still has 80% of its original value, So all we have to do is multiply by 0.80. 20 times 0.80 is 16. And then 16 times, well, another 15% off gives us 0.85 still. And 16 times 0.85 is 1360. So basically we have to go through our answer choices plugging in 20, because that's our x value, until we get 1360. And when we look at B, just not to belabor the point, 17 over 25, and we multiply that by the original value 20, we get 1360. So B is our answer choice that we're looking for here. And I'll bring 6 up here just so we can fit it in and not have to erase the whole sheet. It says 60% of A is equal to 120% of B. What is 2A minus 4B? Well, if we look at this, we could come up with values for A and B. In this case, I think that might be a little bit more difficult. It might be easier just to write out the equations here. And we're going to write exactly how it says it. It says 60% of A. 60% of A is 0.6A. And it says that's equal to 120% of B. 120% is 20% more than 100, so that's 1.2 B. And then in the answer choices, they're all in terms of A, so let's go ahead and solve for B here. And since we're solving for B, you just got to get rid of the 1.2, divide by 1.2 on both sides. 0.6 over 1.2 is 0.5, so B equals 0.5A, and we want to know what is 2A minus 4B. So we have 2A minus 4 times 0.5b. Negative 4 times 0.5 is negative 2b. Oh, that should be an a. Sorry about that. So it's 2a minus 2a, which is 0, which is answer choice C for 6. Come on back and watch the second video, 7 through 12 for the sigma group.